Hello everyone, Amy here today. I'm going to talk about my Lolita timeline. Ooh, my hat. So I'll put photos over here of me. Someone on our com posted like comparing what they did and what they did. I thought it would be fun to kind of talk about how I evolved in my fashion. I got into Lolita fashion in 2008. Now I had to preface this by saying it was a different time back then. Like, you couldn't order things from online, like you couldn't order things from overseas brands. Like, Bodyline was like just opening up, / you had to buy everything, like half of the stores online and the other half you had to buy through like Costmates, and no one really owned brands, like Japanese brands, unless you like went to Japan. It wasn't as easy to get. There was a lot more like homemade stuff. So the first thing I got was in 2008, which was my second year of college, which I think is different than a lot of people find Lolita now, which is like in high school. So my first outfit was like an Indus Starlight like skirt, and then like a white blouse from like Apple Sugar, I think the band was. I still actually have that blouse. It's really nice. Oh wait, no, that one. So, and then a white blouse, which was off-brand. I posted this picture in my com. People were like, that is like the little definition of old school. And I'm like, that was what you wore back then. There was no old school. So, so then most of the stuff when I started out, I would buy fabric and I would send it to people, and then they would make the dress for me. Which was, I think, what most people did back then. Like, you had in the Starlight, and then you had like the Lolita place, I think that's what it was called. And then you had a few places, but they basically, you either had to like make it yourself or find off-brand, or do like really small, like in the Starlight, and there was just so few people that actually made Lolita clothes. So that happened, and like I was in college and I really didn't have that much money to spend on clothes, and it wasn't like my parents were gonna like let me spend, you know, $200 on a dress, and I felt you know, not in my right to like ask for it, which I thought was true. I think I did buy one like fan plus friend dress, which was like $200, and it was like a big like graduation gift kind of thing. And I do really wear that dress too much because it was long sleeves. So that's something like I think people get in high school and they do it now, and I'm like, how can you like afford it? Because they don't make much money, and Bodyline was like dirt cheap back then. And they had like really bad quality lace and everything, so I didn't really order that much from Bodyline. Anyway, so I think when I first started out, I wore a lot more like lighter classic clothes, like a lot more like white and yellow, and much more classic than I think I wore now, especially like a brighter classic. But I really didn't start buying clothes until I was married, which would be, so I graduated college in 2010. I was married for like 2012. I have to think about this. So like I got into it in 2008, but then I kind of stopped for a long time because I didn't really have enough money to buy clothes, and I was busy in school, so I kind of like forgot about it. Like owning things for like 2 years, which was fine. And then when I graduated and I got my own job, I got really into like Taobao because Taobao was much cheaper. So I bought a lot of Taobao blouses and just a lot of stuff from Taobao. Eventually a better job, and now I think most of the stuff I wear is very, and I you know, I was like a gothic kid before I got into Lolita fashion, so I think that kind of never left me in my dark heart. But I just found like I really like the gothic brands, and I just like them more. They usually have bigger sizes, and I guess street brands do too, but I just like the gothic brands. And then I guess more recently I found Eccentric, which I love to death, and that was like in 2014 I found them, and I really like their clothes just because I can wear them normally, but I really don't dress them up for Lolita that much. So I do like my style now. I think it's very like gothic classic, so very gothic pieces or very classic pieces that are styled in a more gothic way. So I do quite enjoy my evolution in this, and like looking back from like 2008, I'm like, oh, it's so much easier to buy stuff from Japan now. So I think girls that are doing it now, or boys that, you know, want to wear Lolita fashion, that's fine too. I think they have it so much more easy. So sometimes when I sit there and they like ask questions, I don't know. And there's also this thing where I think like people know how to like put together clothes and they know how to do that well, but then they like get into Lolita and somehow like they can't put together clothes anymore. Like I went through this phase too. I looked through some of my early choices and I'm like, Amy, you know how to dress yourself. How come you look so horrible? Like this doesn't go at all. I don't know what is with that. Maybe because it's just so different from normal clothes, it doesn't happen. But anyway, that was it. So if I maybe inspired you to make one of these kind of videos where you reflect on your Lolita style over the course of time, or maybe you know, your normal fashion too, then that would be awesome. So go go tell me what you think. So if you haven't already and you'd like to, why don't you subscribe to my channel? I talk about writing and fashion, and on Monday I talk about whatever I want, which is amazing. If you like reading, especially like gay romance novels, I actually have a newsletter that I'm sending out in October where you get one short story every single month. It's very cute, very fun. I highly recommend it myself. So then, until next time, bye bye.